Like, I just had to buy it for my mom, but what's really weird is I've actually had to buy it for my dad, and I didn't get it for him. I got it for his girlfriend, which was weird, because in that situation, I kind of functioned more as a coke dealer than a weed dealer. But the thing I don't get is like, okay, so head shops are 100% legal. That would be like if we said, okay, murder's illegal in New Jersey, but we have a chain of stores that specializes in rope, shovels, and quicklime called Lou's Problem Solvers. Yeah, welcome to Lou's. Yeah, we got that cement to extend your deck. No. All right, we got a lot of that soundproof insulation so you can practice with your band in your basement whenever you want to. Love New Jersey, where the state motto is, hey, it wasn't really our first choice either. One of the things is like you walk around a place like here in New Jersey, and you can't help but eavesdropping throughout life. I really don't want to, and sometimes it's just the innocuous conversations you have. It's like, what? Mary's gonna be on the train? But does that mean we should meet her on the train? And somehow this conversation takes 45 minutes while you're overhearing this. But I've had a couple just great moments that I wish I could have heard the rest of the conversation. It was about 5 years ago. I was walking through my hometown of Princeton, and as I'm walking with a friend, and I hear this guy on a phone, and he's like in his 40s. He's kind of sweaty. He's kind of he's bald. He's like loose tie. It's late in the day. He's really nervous and exhausted. And he just says in his phone, "Hey, what are we gonna do? My wife's gonna check the account and know the money's missing." I'm just like, how many months of bad decisions led up to you needing to say that statement? That's not something you say unless you owe a mob debt and someone has your car now and you might have to sell a kidney to get out of it. One of the other great moments that happened to me was while I was working at this restaurant in Princeton. I just walked past and this woman just out the top of her lungs yells, "Well, I have a distinct scar across both my boobs." Like a guy had just said it before. You know what? What we need to do in America, we need to get rid of all the women who got scars across their boobs. They've had it high for too long. And this woman wasn't going to take that kind of crap. Probably an interesting moment that happened with Israel recently. I was in a bookstore for copyright purposes. Let's call it Barnes and Noble. So while I was there was this guy, and he seemed like a homeless guy, and he was on his cell phone. He was talking to somebody. He was telling his whole life story. I guess his last family member or his last friend. And he was just going, I was like, man, I've let my whole family down. Everything, it's just everyone, this disappointment. I can't get with it. I don't know. It's I don't have a hat right now. I don't even have gloves. The place that won't let me stay during the day. And I'm oh man, I felt bad. I was like, I got a hat. It cost me $10. Maybe I should give this guy a hat. Then he got suddenly racist in the conversation. It was just yeah, man, I can't go to the social services because I'm not the type of person they want. I'm not a brown girl who has 6 kids because she doesn't know how a condom works. It was just there was a hipster sitting across from me, kind of like you, Chris, and we've been hearing this whole conversation. And then you could I don't believe in psychic powers, but he and I looked at each other and you could just hear, what the fuck is going on here? That was just, it's amazing how racism just destroys sympathy very quickly. So, it's spring in theory, which means it will soon be summer, yay. I mean, I've got a gut, so I really don't look forward to the warmer months. And every year, it's I have to kind of delude myself, I'm gonna get in shape right now. And then you always have one friend who likes to go to the gym, and they're just Shawn, you gotta work out. I'm telling you, man, working out is the greatest high there is. No, it isn't. Have you never done cocaine? Seriously? Even my worst drug experiences. The time when I had a party when my mom was out of town and I was 18 and I took mushrooms and then a glowing cop car pulled up and 2 orcs got out and I had to convince them not to go into the house to eat all the underage hobbits who were drinking in my mom's living room. That was more enjoyable than any series of push-ups I've ever engaged in. Ever. It's good to see you all laughing. It's good to see, I guess, when you have a crowd, you guys, you all seem pretty hip, pretty open to new ideas, which is good. And I think that's, a positive thing in our society, is people are now, open and exposing themselves to new ideas. Because a lot of people just feel that society and the culture, it isn't really speaking to them. And people look for new philosophies. One that's appealing to a lot of people all over the world right now is Islam. And I think that's cool. It's cool, people, religion of peace, people take new ideas. But what's really interesting is, if this keeps spreading in popularity in America and more young people, embrace Islam, not every parent's going to be cool with it. So this may mean we have a situation 20 or 30 years from now when young women in America abstain from sex and alcohol to piss off their fathers. But I think it's going to go different ways, because, like, internet and culture gets spread, I'm wondering if maybe within the next couple years, if, like, the toughest prison gangs in Turkey and Egypt are going to be guys who converted to Judaism. It's like the kosher killers, most brutal gang in all of Cairo. First they circumcise you, then they kill you. It's their calling card. You can see, like, a new young prisoner is brought in, he's only doing a year stretch, one of the old seniors drags him out. Hey man, why'd you pull me? Dude, you almost bumped into Omar Lowenstein, the most dangerous man in Cairo. Just be careful, boy. But I don't want you to think, this is like religion's all about violence, because maybe some people choose religion for peaceful reasons. A lot of people who do this, because I'm imagining what's going to happen, maybe Buddhism will appeal. There could be a day a couple years from now, just like a nice apartment in Cairo, father goes to his son's door. Ahmad, get out here! What are you doing? I wasn't doing anything, Dad. I was just sitting in the lotus position thinking about Buddha and the Eightfold Path. Son, I'm tired of this crap. I don't want any more Buddhism in this house. Want, Dad? Want? Didn't you know the first thing the Buddha taught us was to relieve ourselves of the human emotion of desire? Yes. The one thing that gets me really nervous right now is I'm, recording this set. Thank you, Chelsea. Give Chelsea a hand. She's I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and seen the progression of a lot of comics I really love and respect. But what's got me nervous is that someone is going to look at a video 20 years from now that I'm recording right now and be like, wow, Shawn, that was when you were in your young hip phase. Oh, great. Because the one thing, it's like, some comics just get worse, or it's like the only other alternative is like the comics who just like lose a ridiculous amount of weight and just become dicks. Like Ricky Gervais lost all this weight and then just all his routines became making fun of fat people. But here's the thing, Ricky Gervais had a personal trainer. That's cheating when it comes to losing weight. That's like, if I'm going to date myself, that's like if you bragged you beat a Nintendo game when you used Game Genie. That's like if you bragged about your diploma from Rutgers and it turned out you bribed the fucking dean. Well, thank you very much for your time.